Original production. Michael Rose and Das, you see me at
Red Rockers, Killa P.
Red Rockers.
Big up the big brother Michael Rose. Big up Red Rockers, you don't know our one family dog.
It's a long time we have been.
We are separate.
Babylon.
Burn down Babylon.
And yet the youth them, and yet the youth them are end up now the slum.
Let me tell them, no man. Check. Shut down Babylon, burn down Babylon now. We now wait till later. Me don't tell them later we'll be greater. But right now we out for make paper. Well united we stand and divided we fall. Me don't want you no matter them a ball. Why them a try for my shop dance all? Kill every villain me not stall. That's why they kill them and me link up with the legend them. Tell them forgive me a second when me not till they get to you put on the weapon them. Me I make sure everything depend them. After Babylon them want to step on them. Step on me I want step on Gwen. Anytime they kill them I rise me leg. Me I go make sure so every one of them get Gwen. Shut down and burn down Babylon.
Jump down Babylon to the ground, I say. Shut down Babylon. Jump down Babylon to the ground, I say.
Burn down any club, any dance, any say show. Ball at any rise, any K-roll. Burn down Babylon if I say so. Burn down Babylon if I say so. Any club, any dance, any say show. Any ball at any rise, any K-roll. Burn down Babylon if I say so. Listen up, cause we burn down any Babylon. I don't care where the station is. I don't care about them and them Satan kids. Half of them boy they are Satanists. Don't know what the government's gonna say to this. Say to what? They don't know what's the killer man. I pray to the they pray to the government. I work will be up. Red Rockers I rise up the whole empire for the entire.
Introducing Safi Whip Natural Body Butter. Handmade with organic shea butter and other natural carrier oils. Available in original, lemon and baby powder flavors. Helps maintain moisture to skin while keeping it soft and hydrated. Handmade and whipped to perfection. A brand you can trust while supporting Black-owned businesses. We are taking orders. Please inbox us on Facebook and Instagram or check out our eBay shop Keeping It Real Cosmetics. See our feedback from previous customers. Thanks for your support. Please like, comment and share.
Good evening, my people, man. There's enough respect. Hope everybody's in good spirit, good health, and all them something there, you know what I mean? Man, there's enough respect. We're in the place. Big up Zadie, big up Sky, big up Divine, big up Balance Mindset, big up Angel. You don't know the choppings. We're in the building. Tonight, I definitely wanted to speak about something that's kind of nuts still. When I think about it, but I think we need to address some of these stuff. You get me? Like, so there are a lot of parents out there that hate their children, and that's the topic of today. I think we're going to address it from both sides also, not just from the female perspective, but also from the male perspective as well. You get me? So we're gonna get into that one day. Well, and then make sure I can get the comments them running over here. Claire, big up yourself over on the Facebook. Big up everyone on the Facebook, and big up everyone over on the YouTube. You done know the choppings. Don't be shy to press the share button. Yeah, let's go in from top. Don't be shy to press the share button. If you ain't subscribe to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe, please. It would help the algorithm. You know the thing already, and you done know these people are moving sideways. You get it? So we have to work with it. So yeah, first things first, let me start off with, like, parents that hate their children is a real serious topic that doesn't get spoken about. Not that I've heard on, I don't think I've heard much on this at all in regards to conversation or reasoning about how did these things come about, why, and the scars that it leaves behind on the child. And sometimes the scars that's left behind on one side of the parent, like, you know what I mean? Because it's a knock-on effect sometimes. So it's good to reason, you know what I mean? Liam, big up yourself on a check-in. Good evening, manners and bear respect every time, see? So, the cause, what is the cause? What causes a woman to hate a child? What causes a male to hate a child? What causes a father to hate his child, or a mother to hate her child? When I think about the scenario, for me, I think sometimes it starts off with a case of a woman that wants a man. She has a child in the light of thinking that that child's going to hold on to that man. And then when the man breaks away from that relationship because for some reason something ain't right, and he smells the coffee and sees a red flag, that woman, not only does she keep that child away from the father, but then she starts to hate that child because the child is a constant reminder of what she wanted to have but can't have. So then, and this is just me thinking out of the box and trying to, you understand? Like, you know, when you create a scenario and then try to understand it, where does it start and who's affected? You know what I mean? Them kind of angles there. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint as it starts somewhere. So let me start with the female and the male. They partnership. They have a child. The woman thinks that it's going to be a forever after scenario. The man's looking at the scenario like, rah, I've just seen something that I didn't like. Maybe I'm not going to sit here. Maybe this is not for me. So he departs from this female, but still wants to have engagement with his child. The woman withdraws the engagement with the child from the male. But then at the same time, as time goes on, all she sees is the reflection of that same person that she's refusing to have contact with this child. Then you have the child that grows up feeling resented and feels unwanted somewhat, and doesn't know, why am I unwanted? Why is it that I get dealt with like this? Why is it that I get treated like this? Why is it that you've got a short fuse for me, but I see that you've got patience for everybody else? The child starts to question these things. So that's, to a degree, that's one side of an argument. What would make a father hate a child or hate his children? I ain't got to that bit yet, but I'm going to try and figure that part out right now, because it's deep. It's not one-sided. It's definitely not just women that do this, but sometimes even men do it with regards to, like, having daughters, where the daughters resemble the mothers and take on certain traits of the mothers, and maybe the mothers have done, like, hurt the person deeply, cut them deep,
And when they see their daughters, all they see is the resemblance of the mother that reopens wounds because they just want to forget them, but you can't because this is the receipt of that happened back then. You get it? So at the end of the day, I know that these things only affect the children, and both individual parties can move on with their life. Some can hold on to this, some can hold on to that. But the reality of the bottom line of the argument is that the child is always on the receiving end of not knowing what's going on, feeling left out, feeling unwanted, feeling of no value, no love. You understand? And if this love is through material things, oh, well, I bought you a pair of trainers. Oh, well, I bought you a school coat, you know? But no genuine love for that child because the mother is in resentment based on the father not being there. Because if he can't be there, she wants all or nothing. Either I can have you and then you can have me and the child, but if I can't have you, then you can't have no contact. And 9 times out of 10, these are the scenarios that are going on. So it's kind of twisted to know that a woman will hold on to a child from a man that wants to see that child and have a bond with the child. But then you're going to have that child under your roof and dislike this child because the child resembles the same person that you fell in love with and had so much feelings for, but you felt they done you so bad. Now you feel the same way about your child. How crazy is that? Talk to me in the comment section, man. Come on. Oh, Sasha, what go on, check in, man. Big up yourself. Yeah, who's over on the YouTube? Let me see what I go on now. Blessings, King. Greetings. Big up yourself, Divine Beer Love, Balanced Mindset. Zadie says, smash the likes on the way in. Like wiping your feet at the door. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Subscribe to the channel. The first cut is the deepest. It's always the deepest. Trust me. The first cut's always the deepest, and it's hard to forget those ones. You get me? Yeah, you can't hide them cuts. Them cuts are for real. You get me? So I think that's what makes mostly women though, because 9 times out of 10 the child is always with the mother. Not like throwing all the blame one side, but I'm just saying 9 times out of 10 the child is in the mother's care. You get it? So when you're dealing with boys, sometimes these are the scenarios that you might hear, that some of these young boys feel unwanted, didn't really get shown the right love, feel like they came from a broken home, don't know how to show love because they've never received true love from their parents, and they've only been dragged and left and dragged and left and dragged and left. And growing up into an adult, from knowing those kind of routines of things happening around you, you start to see even in an adult stage, you know, people that come around you and then, you know, as you blink, they're gone. No one sticks around. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard for those children to kind of find that fine line within life to keep it moving without bucking their toe every so often. Why? Because of what they've gone through growing up. And it's not their fault, but someone's to blame. Get it? There's definitely someone at fault and there's definitely someone to blame. Children can't raise themselves, man. Some women only have children for the status, to look good of the father's name. It's very sad. And Sasha, you're not wrong there, you know. Off of the father's name. What do they really think they're gonna achieve off of the father's name, really? What's this now? There are men who do not acknowledge their child because they had another life and didn't want to tell the truth. Some kids lived their whole life and their father would rather they didn't exist. Now that's deep. Angel, big up yourself. That one's deep. But that's true. There's a lot of men that's like that. Horrible. Some hate the responsibility, I think, more than actually hate the child. It's just it just resonates that way. I respect that, Zadie, because you know what? That makes sense. You know, that makes sense on in many different scenarios. You get it? Where they just don't want to step up to the plate. But what about the ones that want to step up to the plate though? Those are the ones where it's not the ones that don't want to. Those are waste for space. But the ones that want to, the ones that would like to be in the lives of their children and contribute to their children's lives, bond with their children, make their children understand who they are, and for them to understand who their children are. We're speaking about those type of men still, you get it? And usually it is those kind of scenarios that makes a woman kind of dislike that child, especially if that man is a likable man and everyone likes that man, and you know the child grows to look just like that man with the mannerisms of that man. Facts. A lot of people don't like, a lot of women wouldn't like that. Zadie says, yeah, responsibility more than, yeah, right. Just right there, sir, Zadie. You're right there, sir. Who's that? Emily on the check-in. Children aren't yours. They are of you. Big up yourself, Emily. That's never a true word. Children are not yours. They are just of you. They're a part of you. They come from you, but they are not yours. You do not own them. Before you own them, the system owns them, and it's on paper. What now? What now though? You get me? So what can I say? The world is actually, the world's actually crazy with the amount of things that are going on. You know, I've even recently had a mother of my child that still up to this day won't let me see my son. Up to this day I can't see my son. Why? Because I don't want this woman, but I want to be in my child's life. So I get it. There's really spiteful women out there they're very spiteful, but they're cutting off their nose to spite their face. And I keep reiterating the same thing, is that these very children are going to grow up to hate these very same individuals that think they're doing a great job. Never hold a child away from its parent, because you'll be sorry in the end. That child will not applaud you or praise you for your efforts. Joni, my sister, big up yourself for the check-in. Good evening. We're talking about parents that hate their children or dislike their children, and what would make them come to such a conclusion, and who does it hurt? Who stands to gain? Only an emotional mind state would feel that there's something to gain from doing such or having such behavior played out, especially amongst children. Come on. You know what I mean? It's an emotional state. It's an emotional move. It's not something that is well thought of. It's not something that is logically, it makes sense. It doesn't. But in an emotional state, it makes sense to the individual. And I can't say right or wrong for any individual. They know what's right for them, and they know what's wrong for them. Just sad that there's a child in the middle, and sometimes the child's at the receiving end of the stick. You get it? That. I big up Michael on the check-in. Big up yourself, family. Manners and respect. So it's them thing there that man burn out, and we see these things as a major problem still. Having children too young sometimes plays a big factor or plays a big role in it. A lot of us have children very young. A lot of us grow up very young, from waking up to the fact that we've now got a responsibility to deal with in front of us. So I wouldn't use that as an excuse, to be fair. There's many children out there trying to be adults and play an adult role. So when they fall into the lineage of you're going to have children, they know what to do. They've seen people around them do it. Everyone goes on like they need to wake up and go to some class all of a sudden, because no, we all know what to do. So there's no excuses. I had my children young. I had my first child very young. Cool. But I was always there. From that point to this day, nothing's changed. You get it? So I just know, so when you're supposed to do what's right, you're supposed to just step up and do what's right. No one needs to tell you what to do. It's just you that's going to shy away from your duty because you got other things on your mind or you got other things you would like to do. Other than that, everyone knows the position they play and should be playing. Facts. And that's the thing there. Who's that on the check-in? Nicola, big up yourself. Good evening, manners and respect. You see me? Them thing that I want to play a couple things as well, you know. It's not just a bag of chatting as well, you know. Let me just load up something. Give me a second. I forgot about this part. How did I forget about this part? I think I'll run this for real. Yeah, I think I'm going to run this. Just give me a second, peeps. Let me just run this real quick. Makes sense. You get me? Yeah, let me run this.
11 things people learn too late in life. 1. The less you say, the more your words will matter. 2. Don't take everything personally. Not everyone thinks about you as much as you do. 3. When you focus on problems, you'll have more problems. When you focus on possibilities, you'll have more opportunities. 4. No matter how much it hurts now, someday you will look back and realize your struggle changed your life for the better. 5. You meet people for a reason. Either you need them to change your life, or you're the one that will change theirs. 6. Never be afraid to try something new. Life gets boring when you stay within the limits of what you already know. 7. You will never truly know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. 8. Once you begin to take note of the things you are grateful for, you begin to lose sight of the things that you lack. 9. If you do not have control over your mouth, you do not have control over your future. 10. Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. 11. The only person you have to face in the morning is yourself. Be unbeatable.
Be unbeatable. Don't ramp with your life and don't play with time. There's some more things though. There's still one bag of thing there on you, so man. Play some, Killa. I heard KRS say something the other day, I heard KRS say something the other day and I thought, wow, he's not even wrong though. The good people, the righteous people that's out there that do right, just the right things. Like, we don't try to scam people. We don't try to cut corners. We don't try to rob our friends. We don't try to set anybody up. We just work hard and earn. We work hard and gain. We work hard and we invest. We work hard and we just don't watch other people for what they're doing. But no matter how much good you do, you get casted off like you're some self-righteous type of guy, like everything good right now is deemed as bad and everything bad is what everyone rates. I want you to take in what KRS has to say for 2 seconds, real quick, my peeps. Give me a second. Tell me what you think.
People don't want to live righteous lives. People look down on the righteous. They say, oh, the word self-righteous. That's like a derogatory statement to call somebody self-righteous. That's like a derogatory statement. But when you look at the real statement, to be self-righteous, right, yourself is right. Myself wants to be right and wants to live right and wants to do right. That's self-righteousness. But in a society of liars and scandal and gossip and all of that, the one who's righteous is looked down upon. And the one who gossips is looked up to. The one who dresses according to the intent of his heart, to help people, to heal people, to inspire others who are like him or her, that person doesn't get the airplay. That person's not called to award shows or whatever it is. That person's not there. That person doesn't get the accolades of those who are willing to scandal and gossip and talk about other people and diss other people and all of this type of stuff. So at the end of the day, you got to perform your communication. Not just communicate, but perform your communication.
Trust me. Can't say I don't disagree with him, you know. I swear I don't disagree with the man, star. Be a sense, my big brother's talking. Cause most of our people are lost in these times. Hold up. Cause there's more things I want to show, you know. There's a couple more bits and bobs I want to play. Couple more bits and bobs. Yeah, man, I have to run some things and keep my people them in tune with what's going on. You see me? Big up everyone over on the YouTube. Press the like button. Press the subscribe. Don't be shy. And press the notification bell so you're aware of when we go live every week. It's every Sunday, 10 p.m. You always catch me here. I try to be as consistent as I can. There are weeks that I can't be, as you would know. You know what I mean? But other than that, we try to be definitely consistent. Take a look at this though, peeps.
People used metal coins for money instead of paper, and coins made sense because a coin contained precious metal that people found valuable, like gold or silver. Think of it as $1 worth of gold being melted into a dollar coin.
Yeah, sounds good to me. What's the problem?
The problem is that the Roman government decided to make more coins without actually finding more gold. They were turning the same amount of gold into even more coins.
How do you make money out of money?
Exactly the right question.
We need more coins than we have gold for. Shave off pieces of these coins and melt them down with other metals.
But if there's less gold in the coins, won't that make them worth less?
We don't pay you to ask questions.
This seems like cheating.
That's because it is, and governments do it all the time.
I understand now. When you cheat to create new money, it makes everyone else's money worth less. Look how much lighter it is.
Exactly. When the money becomes worth less, you need to use more money to buy the same things. That's called inflation.
Trust me. Enough people don't overstand inflation, and so just for the young ones, them that need to get to overstand how the thing works. These people been scamming us for years. They be printing their own money, printing money and making us feel that we're getting a deal, making us feel like we're getting loans and we're getting bargains, and you know what I mean. Crazy. Let me play one more. I feel like this one needs to get played too. Let me just run it. You know, me now I just have to clear the thing them. Cause it's only right. We go and get through to them. Hold on there.
After a terrorist attack, the government took our right to privacy. They declared they could spy on us through our devices.
But they just used this during a crisis, right?
Oh no, they're still doing it now.
And during a viral pandemic, the government took many other freedoms. They told churches they couldn't assemble and forced businesses to close. Many never reopened their doors. The government in your time is over 5 times bigger than it was when I was your age. And with each crisis, people get scared, surrender their freedoms, and the Leviathan grows bigger.
Isn't the government supposed to serve the people?
Sure, but a monster this big doesn't have to serve you if it doesn't want to.
Don't have to serve nobody. Trust me. These things out there, why they putting all these things out there? Why they making these things? Isn't it because they've already fooled the people already? Them fooled the people them already, and they think they can just throw anything in front of us now because there's nothing else we can do to defend ourselves against what they're doing to us. Isn't that the truth? Ain't that why they're exposing all the things to us, what they're exposing now? Because there's no turning back now. You know, ain't no stopping us now. Is that kind of style there? Them kind of tune they're playing in their office? And dancing, gyrating and drinking champagne? Come on, man. This is why it's very important. Snaps, big up yourself, my bro. Good to see you on a check-in, bro. That's why it's vital for us to unify right now, because all governments are unified under whatever GM summit they've had their agreements, and they're doing whatever they're doing, and they're okay, and their future is set, but our future is not set. We got so much stuff that we need to sort out. Like I'm saying, parents that dislike their children, don't like their children, mothers that don't make the children see their fathers that don't want to see their children need to wake the hell up and do better, because there's going to be a time when they're going to wake up and these children don't want to know nothing to do with them. And then the males that was in these young people's lives, that had time for them and invested time in them, those are the people that they're going to always remember and always going to check for. So this is why it's going to be sticky for most people that think that they're doing a great job by doing what they're doing. It's absolutely crazy. It's mental. It's sad. And that's just to say the least. We've got way bigger problems, but that's just not even scratching the surface here into what our problems are and what we need solving, what we need to look into, what we need to address. Whole heap of things, man. Whole heap of things, Rasta. We as a people need to wake up and do better. Life ain't just about raving, drinking rum, smoking herbs, and looking good in pretty clothes, but ain't got frig all behind closed doors. That ain't what life is about. Life is about having children, changing your life, because up until the point where you have children, we live a reckless life. All of us have. Reckless, go party, do all sorts of, you understand, rave to when we want to rave and do whatever we want to do. Bleach out. And when I say bleach out, I don't mean bleach like Adidja Palmer. I mean bleach like, when we say bleach, we used to stay awake for like a week consistently, raving, doing all sorts of rubbish. You get me? So doing all them kind of things there, and then like, now you've got a child. Now it's no more raving, is it? It's like, now I got to prioritize. I ain't raving anymore. I'm going to chill out, spend some time with my child, get to know my child, make my child get to know my energy properly, wake up on my belly and them something there. Them vibes there. 1999, man could have been partying hard. Man was not partying hard, 99. Totally weren't. Half of it was me being a parent, and the other half, I was in prison for a bit. Then I came back out, then I was back to being a parent again, and da-da-da-da-da. You get it? So the minute you get the responsibility, you get up and you do what needs to be done. There's no excuses. And I don't think no one needs to tell anybody what needs to be done. I don't know. And you see this thing where children are frightened to tell their parents that they are pregnant, or that they are having a child, or they are in a situation. I think that just shows how lost we are and how detached we are from our own children. They're supposed to feel that they can come to us with anything. They should not feel that they need to hide anything from us as parents, because we're not going to beat them. We're not going to bruck them up. We're not going to do all of that. That was so many umpteen years ago of different generations. Like, come on. We're only going to talk to you and advise you and tell you that you was wrong here and you should have been right there. You get it? So it shows that we've got a definite detach from communication and overstanding amongst us, brother. And that's all I'm saying, innit? That's all me I'm saying, on my people. That's all I'm saying. We need to do better. As parents, try and do better, because we are the ones holding the mantelpiece right now, and stop acting like we need to be told what to do. We know what to do. We know the best way to put our foot forward. We don't need to be told. We've had too many years on earth to be told what's right from what's wrong. We actually know what we need to do. And out of stupidity and out of spite and out of emotional distraught is why some of this stuff is taking place. And it shouldn't be taking place. And like I keep saying, the only person that ends up hurt out of the whole thing is the children. They feel bitter. They don't want no communication with the people after umpteen years of whatever, when they come to their own senses. They just don't want that to do with no one, because they're thinking, what kind of corruption's that? You lot are supposed to be my parents. You lot are supposed to be my family. You lot are supposed to be the ones that are older than me, that love me, that's supposed to guide me. But this is what you lot are doing to me. This is mental. So this is why a lot of the children sometimes will run away from the family, not just the parents. Overstand it. It's crazy. Yes, they have always had a plan. The social credit system, the cashless society has already begun. Yeah, long time. Long time. True King, big up yourself. Nicola, big up yourself. Snaps, my bro. Don't know the chops. Joni, you're right, man. Them thing that happened from way back though, man. Come on. All of this started in the days of Margaret Thatcher, man, when they was kicking man out of the house and saying, woman, you can't get a yard around you, you know. And every woman was dissing the man them and running and getting house. Then they were getting, and this is where the culture came from. Let me show you the culture. The woman then run, go get the house them, the council house them, kick out the man them. Then when they breed for whoever they did breed for, they didn't want to put the father's name on the birth certificate. And then they will walk and tell the government, say they don't know who the father is. because only then can they get certain benefits. The minute that you tell them that they know, you know who the father is, it's this man, they stop all them kind of benefits what they were getting at the time. Now you can see that every female, at the minute that they're pregnant and they've got a child, they run to CSA. It wasn't like that back then. Listen, man, the things changed, Bridget. Things changed, but it's that culture that's kind of why we're here today. It's all of that. Because while they were giving the females them the houses back then, they were working harder, 20 to 100 times harder, to get all the man them put in prisons. Caught up in cases, whatever it may be. So it was to create the detachment from the fathers with the children and the mothers. There had to be a detachment in order for them to have a roof over their head. Now, who would really do that? Who would really do that in their right mind in 2024? There's a lot of people that were saying hell no to that. But that's how they brainwashed our people back then. This ain't just black people. This was all of our people back then. All men were kicked out of houses and women were given houses and flats. Fathers weren't allowed at that house where that child was being raised because the woman would say she didn't know who the father was. Crazy. Well, I just saw the thing set. You see me? I saw the cookie crumble. We just need to do better, man. We can always go back and say, oh, well, they done this and, well, you done that, and start pointing fingers and saying it's this and saying it's that. But in reality, all it is that we need to look at each other and just know that we need to do better. Look at the youths them and know that. Look at the innocent youths them, Rasta. We need to do better for them. Even if we're not doing better for ourselves, because some of us don't want better for ourselves, but at least want better for them little ones there that didn't ask to be here. That's all I'm saying. Is it me, my people? Yeah, I hope everyone's gonna have a productive week ahead. You know, it's always hectic at the weekend for me, but I always try to keep consistency of showing my face online, especially to say something positive and bring our reasoning to my people them still. Other than that, I prefer to stay offline. You get me? Yeah, there's too much. This online things, it's infested with so many different characters. I'm not trying to fit in with nobody. I'm just trying to really stay consistent with my people them that's known the journey for a little while still. You get me? So manners and bare respect every time for sticking with me. You know the thing, you know the style, you know the chop. But yeah, man, there's a lot of let me go closer. Let me get closer. Can I get a little closer? Yeah. Big up. There is a lot of there's a lot of broken homes. There's a lot of broken-hearted children. There's a lot of broken-hearted women out there that's seeing the resemblance of who's broken their hearts. I know it ain't easy for everybody to move forward in life, but we got to find a way to cope. We got to find a way to deal with. We can't always make excuses as to why we can't move forward. There's no excuses to the children in the end when they are the ones that's walking with the underlying issues afterwards, and it's based on what you've put them through, exposed them to, and etc. So we have to do better, and that's all I can say. So I'm saying, my people, on that note, I'm going to say my good nights to my people them. I'm wishing you all a productive week ahead, positive week ahead. If you can't be good, be careful, and if you can't be careful, you know the chop already. Me not have to explain that part there again and again and again and again. Me not have to do that part there. You see me? But yeah, as a people, peeps, we need to do better, man. The youth them need us, and they need to see us in a better light than what we've been doing. We've all made mistakes. We all have to be accountable of all our actions and stuff, especially when it comes to our children. We got to be mindful. They're going to ask questions, you know? Tell them the truth. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. You messed up. It's better to say you messed up today and try and put yourself right tomorrow than just let it drag out for years and months and weeks and whatever. Just say you messed up and you know what? I want to put it right. That don't cost nothing. You get me? Invest some time in putting it right, bro. Come on. And sisters, allow the man them access to have access to their children. Women, you have our children, yes, but you don't own our children. Overstand that part there. Right there, some me I left it, peeps. You know the choppings. Listen, man, listen. I hope everyone have a great week ahead, you know the style already, you know. Yeah, what me I go left you with? Me left, bless the place, just rest. I'm left it like this.
Yeah! Rastafari, I Selassie, rules and reigns over all living things. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High God shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say, Jah bless a sound like Arrow Syndicate sound, with youth like DJ Yellow, Not Nice and my agent called Killa P. Big up all Stockwell and Brixton Massive, you don't know, so we kick off a sound boy face. I and the chin say, run things. Element of surprise. There will be weeping, there will be wailing, and a gnashing of teeth, till Arrow Syndicate town they appear. And what you gonna do, and where you gonna run to? There will be killing, blood will be spilling, it just not go ease, till Arrow Syndicate town they appear. And what you gonna do, and where you gonna run to? Weeping and a wailing, I said a gnashing of teeth. Weeping and a wailing, you test Killa P, you get defeat. Weeping and a wailing, and a gnashing of teeth. Weeping, what a wailing, you test Not Nice, you get defeat. Here will be fighting, every son will be backbiting, it just now go ease, till Arrow Syndicate sound they appear. And what you gonna do, and where you gonna run to? There will be wars, rumors of wars, there won't be no peace, till Arrow Syndicate town they appear. And what you gonna do, and where you gonna run to? Jah Rastafari.